What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video, and from the intro I bet you can tell what it's going to be about, and it's going to be all about FPV drones. And boy, it's been a bumpy ride. It's been many months I've been practicing. I haven't really discussed any of it on any of my social platforms, so this is kind of a reveal of my FPV journey. And yeah, it's been a bit of a bumpy ride. It all started many months ago with the DJI unit, and it's going to be all about discussing what drones I've been using, how I've actually got into it, the path I've taken, and yeah, like we've had our ups and downs, been on many trips with these guys, and sometimes you don't come back with them, and we're going to discuss all of that right now. So let's get straight into it. FPV drones have intrigued me for quite some time. Inspirations like Johnny FPV, Mitchell Mullins, my mate, they've just been crushing it every time they upload a video, and it just made me pull the trigger to get into it. I went with the DJI option just because I've been a massive DJI fan for some time, and the HD kind of transmission really appealed to me. Just getting that crystal clear image just sounded awesome, so I just went for it, got a ready built drone. I looked into how to build these drones. I didn't build my drones, I got them ready built. I got them from iFlight. iFlight's amazing because they actually make sure that it's ready to go out of the box. So pitch tuning's done, the controller setup is all done, and all you have to really do is just sync up your goggles and controller and you're ready to fly. And I've got two drones right now. I say right now, we'll get into that. I'm using the Bumblebee Cinewoop, which is amazing for like indoor flying if you want to just keep it nice and stable and a bit slower, because these bumpers definitely save you money from not crashing. I took this into the woods the other week, and yeah, definitely the drone to take into kind of that woodland area, because these bumpers are amazing if you're going to crash into a tree. I also have the iFlight DC5 Titan, which is a 5-inch quad, and that's more of a freestyle quad, so it goes much faster, and you can definitely get those more crazy shots you see, like ridge dives, flips and everything, and that is my go-to drone at the moment. For the action cam, I use the Osmo Action, which is amazing as well. Make sure you get ND filters just to get that cinematic look, to keep the shutter low, but we'll get more into that soon. So it was about time to choose what kind of route I wanted to go down. I could have gone down the analog route, or DJI actually, when I was about to kind of pull the trigger on buying a drone, they announced their whole FPV system, and it looks incredible. Some of the features I just love about the DJI FPV system is the 1080 60 frames per second air unit recording, which is incredible. Just such a smooth playback when you want to review the footage. You can just capture all of this straight out of the air unit, which is amazing. 7 milliseconds latency, which is incredible. Such a low latency, so the connection is really stable. And you can also, the transmission you actually get within the goggles is 720 60 frames, so it's so crystal clear when you're actually flying. You can see all the little details, especially when flying through woods, and if you want to get quite close to something, you can definitely see all of the detail, making sure you don't crash. I also love focus mode. I always have that on when I'm flying. It puts all of the bit stream in the center of the frame, so you can have that smooth flying experience with all of the detailed focused in the middle. Also, another note on the focus mode, DJI in the latest firmware actually made the focus mode automatic, so it actually adjusts accordingly to the scenery you're in, which is pretty awesome. I just love how easy it is to pair the controller, the goggles, the air unit all together. You don't have to solder anything. You don't have to kind of add any additional things to the drone. It's all ready to go. You just have to pair it up and get flying. All right, so first flight was semi-successful actually. I didn't technically crash at all. It went quite smoothly, and then we went a bit more daring and we visited kind of this woodland area, this environment, and I took out the Bumblebee for the first time for a quick spin, and this is how it went. Hey, first flight, guys. We came to this amazing location, 40 minutes away from my house. Bit optimistic, I know, but yeah, I've been practicing the simulator, what can I say? Like, I really hope it goes well. I've got the Osmo Action paired up with the iFlight Bumblebee, so it's going to be hopefully quite a stable, smooth flight. And yeah, a bit nervous, not going to lie, but the only way is to test it and get up in the sky. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so another optimistic flight. We just did what you guys just saw. It went okay, it was quite shaky. The Bumblebee is probably the best moving situations like this, where there's a lot of collision opportunities. So the bumpers will definitely help if I happen to crash into a tree. And you can just go a lot more slow and smooth through this kind of environment, and it will still look stunning. So I've always wanted to kind of fly through trees, and we found a spot where there was like big enough gaps between the trees. I guess let's just get this cinematic sequence going, and hopefully we're gonna get some good shots. So after that initial first practice, which I was pretty stoked about, I went back, practiced outdoors and indoors for a couple more weeks, learned how to use Betaflight properly. So that's pitch tuning, just changing the settings of the actual quad. Definitely do your research in that section. And also LiPo batteries. I learned how to properly charge them and discharge them. They're a complete different game to other batteries you've been using in drones before. So definitely do your research on those. So the big day came when we went on our first trip with the FPV system, and that was to Switzerland, and it was incredible. The system performed so well. I was getting amazing footage, but yeah, maybe you can guess where this is going. On the last sunset, we went up to this incredible sunset spot. I was a little ambitious, got the drone up, was getting insane footage, going through the mountain range. And yeah, I didn't return with the drone. So I think that was all on my side, just not enough practice, not enough experience. I chose a location too ambitious, and that happened twice. In Madeira, I was getting insane footage, and as you can see with the recording from what I was seeing, I was incredible location, as you can tell, and I was just cruising, and I think just being too ambitious again, the location was quite advanced for my level, and I didn't return with the drone. So lesson learned, just make sure you're flying in situations where you feel completely in control. Don't go too much into the deep end like I did. Just choose your location wisely. So to end this video, I just wanted to go over one of the main reasons why I wanted to get into FPV was because of those epic ridge dives you always see, people coming down so fast on these crazy landscapes. And I wanted to attempt one. You know, my track record now of the flying hasn't been that great, but I felt confident because I have been practicing in the simulator. I have been practicing technically on those trips. I actually went to the Peak District and tried my first kind of ridge dive, and this is how it went. Time to do my first ridge dive. Plan is to kind of go around here and up there and all the way down, so fingers crossed, let's get